Australia versus Austria. I could not imagine two worse countries to go head to head.
Austria and Australia, two countries on opposite sides of the globe that somehow get confused for each other a lot. So much so that some Austrian airports are known to cater their advertisements.
Sorry, this is Austria, not Australia. Need help? Press the button. Could you imagine like getting like they're not even close to each other.
Towards tourists who intended to fly to a roasting hot Sydney and instead ended up 2 meters deep in snow in Salzburg or something. Hey, it could be worse, man. All I'm saying is that it could be a lot worse.
You know he's from Birmingham, right? I met Geopold in Birmingham.
Anyway, to settle this once and for all, today we're going to be having a battle between these two nations to see who's really worthy of the AUSTR at the start of the name. There's going to be 10 rounds. I'll be keeping the scores tallied, and that's enough waffling. The first category shootout we've got is fun. Everyone knows Aussies know how to have fucking fun. They'll take any opportunity to sink a tinny, a stubby, a pot, a fucking grog. There's like a million Aussie words that mean beer.
Like, they call people in the UK alcoholics, right? But I swear to God, it's a million times worse in Australia. There is so much drinking there.
It is the only place on...
Gambling as well is huge in Australia. I don't get it. Like, every time I go to Melbourne, we always go to this casino called Crown. And there are degenerates in there that will gamble at like 2 in the afternoon and not be finished until like 5 in the morning.
Where it's acceptable to stop working every 20 minutes and smoke a couple durries.
Yeah, I remember like in some of the states in Australia, they actually had to shut alcohol stores at like 10 o'clock because people were just getting wasted on them.
Arts, smokes.
Max and Chad. Yeah, I saw Max and Chad did like a meet and greet for Grog and they looked washed. Like they looked very tired. But I think that's just because they came back from LA.
Again, there's about a million words that mean cigarette. You want to know why? Because genetically, these guys are the select few most hardcore British people. They got banished away to a tropical paradise where they can't complain about the weather anymore. Of course.
If you're Australian, you've had a relative that's killed someone. Like, you cannot argue against that. You cannot.
Of course they're gonna.
If you're white and Australian, you've had a relative that's killed someone.
Have fun, man. Now, what about Austria? Well, I have recently returned from a trip to Vienna. The city's beautiful, livable, efficient, but you know what it isn't? Fun. Everywhere closes at 10 p.m. As soon as the sun takes a tiny dip past the horizon, all the convenience shops close, restaurants close, bars close, the metro closes, the trams stop running, the streets completely empty out, everyone dies, I think, because it's genuinely like a zombie apocalypse happens every night. There are 2 clubs open 2 nights a week in a city with 3 million fucking people. Oh, and you want to do anything on Sunday? Forget it. This is one of the craziest things I've ever witnessed. Okay.
This is like Italy as well. Like, they always shut everything like early on Sunday. I mean, most places shut early on Sunday to give the wages a break. And then Monday, like, everything's shut in Italy. In the UK, I think they just, instead of shutting at like 10 p.m., they shut at 8, so they give the wages 2 hours of sleep. That's real dystopia.
Okay, so me and Gigi go to this one pub open late in Vienna. It's like 30 degrees. The inside of the bar is crowded and steaming.
I like how he's using Hank confronting someone who he thinks is doing coke as a comparison here.
Steaming hot. So we go outside to this outdoor seating section, right? We start yapping away as you do. I swear to God, as soon as I open my mouth, this terrified looking man in a high-vis sprints across the road and hits me with the loudest shh I've ever heard in my life. Turns out past the hour of 9 p.m. in Vienna, you're not allowed to talk outside.
Talking outside.
Legally have to whisper. And this pub has a professional...
He might be lying. He might be lying. Vienna talking outside law. Wait, there's no way. Is it real? There's no way it's actually real. It might actually be real. Is this in Vienna? Oh my God. Wait, he's not doing a bit. I don't know what that's saying. I'm not reading all that, but yeah, it's real.
Shusher on payroll to enforce this fucking shit. What the fuck? I think I know who's winning this one, man. I think I know. Shootout number 2, weather. Now, everyone knows Australia is just like boiling hot, right? All those...
I think when I go to Melbourne, what's the temperature like? I mean, I leave on Monday. Oh, that's not too bad, actually. 16 degrees. 23? Fuck off. Dude, unless it's 10 degrees, I'm not going outside.
Darts being smoked have eroded away the ozone layer.
It's spring weather. At least it's not summer.
Meaning, one step outside, you'll be pulverized to a crisp. I mean, unless you live in Melbourne.
I'm going to Melbourne in 2 days. By the way. Okay.
But you might be surprised.
What's wrong with Melbourne? What's with the hate? Melbourne's fine. I mean, I've only been to Melbourne and Sydney, but they're fine.
To know, despite all the snowy winter wonderland stereotypes, Austria can actually get fucking blazing. When I was in Vienna, it genuinely got to 37 degrees. Nowhere has AC. All Viennese buildings have like 7-meter thick walls.
I like the FEMA breaker noise.
It's insane. They are not cut out for these summer months, man. It's crazy. I honestly felt like an ant under a microscope. And now, after an entire summer of droughts and heat waves, Vienna has some of its worst storms in history.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
Why would you call it Storm Boris? It's like calling it Storm Fred or something.
Oh, man, I can't sit in this house.
I'm not gonna lie.
Imagine thinking 23 is hot, lol, 23 degrees. Okay, first of all, get touched. Secondly, I'm talking about the humidity. Humidity in the UK, 23 degrees, might as well be 32.
Australia is gonna be taking the weather dub because, yeah, I know the Dories have burnt away the entire atmosphere. Yeah, I know you get skin cancer from just thinking about the Aussie sun, but at least they got AC, which I can confirm 35-degree Vienna does not. Category number 3, food. Now, when I was in Vienna, the
Yeah, I'm staying in a hotel in Melbourne, thank God. AC, my beloved.
only thing I ate was Wiener Schnitzel. Wiener Schnitzel all day. Wiener Schnitzel every day. Wiener Schnitzel on
What is that?
lock. Wiener Schnitzel all over me. It's fucking amazing.
Yo, schnitzel is so good. Honestly, going to German-speaking countries and eating schnitzel is like the best thing to do. In Germany, you eat doner or schnitzel. Anything else is illegal. So if you ever find yourself in a German-speaking
What is schnitzel? What is it?
country, make sure to get a schnitzel and/or cordon bleu, which is basically just schnitzel but with cheese. It's so amazing. Literally every single one of you need to try.
Homemade schnitzel? Are you stupid? I asked what it is and you just said homemade schnitzel. It's peak? No, I'm asking what's in it. It's meat in egg and breadcrumbs. That actually sounds kind of peak though. What kind of meat? What kind of meat? You don't know what schnitzel is? No, I eat knives every day. I'm British. Crumbed meat. Basically a cutlet. Pork. I don't like pork very much. Like I'm not Muslim coping. I just don't like eating pork very much. I usually eat chicken or fish or beef.
It's goated. And for like 12, 13
I don't know, pork always has a weird taste in my mouth.
euros, you get like 3 big ass pieces of
Bro doesn't like bacon. I like turkey bacon. Turkey bacon is nice.
schnitzel, fries or potatoes, and some salad.
Eat some pork. But pigs are smart, man. That's messed up. They're as smart as a 5-year-old. I wouldn't eat a 5-year-old.
On top of that, like, it's so amazing.
Yeah. This video is sponsored by me. Do I have any physical merch? No. Do I have any physical products to sell you? No. You know what I do have? I have a subscribe button and a like button. So I'll sell you those, okay? I'm down bad right now. Please like this video.
On Twitter.
Why does Wowmow cover up his face? Is he wearing merch of himself? That's so gay. Wait, no he's not. No he's not.
Real wow _ Mao. That's where the subscribe button is, actually, that he's talking about. You gotta go there.
Isn't it weird, like, people that grow up on the internet, they always get, like, American accents? Like, he's from Singapore or something, wow, Mal. But he just sounds American.
Bro. Subscribe to Geopold. Geopold is the best big guy I know.
And yes, whilst
Like, he was calling him a beg, and then he gave him vodka and said he's the best. One thing I love it is, like, when I met Geopold and his mates, you could tell that he was such a degen. But not in a bad way, but, like, he just kind of doesn't care kind of way. I remember trying to, like, I tried to meet up with him, and I was like, have you got Discord? And he was like, no. And I just said to him, it's over. I think we had to, like, organize a meetup on Instagram. That was, like, the first time I opened the app in months.
Wiener Schnitzel, it might be one of the best things that God has
I'm from Singapore too. Are you actually? I couldn't even tell from your accent.
placed into our world, but that is
Will I play Backshot Roulette? Yeah, I've got it organized with your mom tomorrow at 7 p.m.
the absolute extent of my Austrian culinary knowledge. I do think Australian food is a bit more varied and diverse, but the question is,
What even is Australian food? What's Australian food? Yeah. Yeah.
can it
All right.
really compete with the
Yeah, they're just eating worms out there, bro. All right.
absolute heaven tier Wiener Schnitzel? Can it? No, no, no,
They're literally just eating, like, spiders, rocks, and then worms.
no, no. Moving on. Shootout number 4. Literally, because we're talking about war and military strength. Now, Australia declared war on a species of bird and lost. So, I don't know. As far as strength,
How did they lose that war? I always see this brought up as a bit to, like, own Australia. How did they lose a war against birds? How did they lose to emus? Driven by drought. They descended upon the wheat fields. Oh, wait, no. They were driven by drought. How did they lose? How did you get owned by the bird that's in Far Cry 3? I don't get it. Damn, they're pretty tall, though. Did they just mog them away or something?
goes. Also, in my opinion, they have been low-key invaded and completely taken over by a certain someone. But I'm high-key not trying to have my house missile striked by the CIA, so I'll keep my thoughts on that to myself. And for Austria, well, I think it's fair to say they've taken the L at this point. Yeah, no
Where's that from? I need to watch that show. I keep seeing that on TikTok.
one's getting a point for this one, bro. I can't lie. 0-0. Category shootout number 5 is inbreeding. Now, this one's an interesting
Oh, no, it's definitely Australia. No cap. No cap.
one because you gotta realize Austrian elites are the goats of inbreeding. The Habsburg family ruled Austria for hundreds and hundreds of years, and it's got to the
It's called Suicide Room. All right, cheers.
point now where these guys are more famous for their genetic mutations and their love for their cousins than their actual historical importance.
Holy schnozzle.
The infamous Habsburg jaw needs no introduction. Not only are mangled strands of Habsburg DNA still circulating about all over Austria, this very, very loving family are actually still
What? Why are we still using EDP reactions?
in positions of immense power in Austria. Take, for example, the current head of the family, Karl von Habsburg.
This is my last dono tonight. The Darkwood vid was great and I like the t-shirt I got, not a self-dono.
Thank you, Annan, for the 10. Have a good night, man.
Know what he looks like. Oh God, Jesus. Now, you might be thinking, how could Australia even come close to competing with this elite strain of world-renowned inbreeding? Well,
Oh, no, I could easily imagine.
my friends, I present to you Tasmania, the small Australia within Australia, an island which is the butt of many, many, many jokes. It's really the Alabama of the southern hemisphere, as any mainland Aussie will tell you. However, the key factor that really set
Apparently, there's only 2 things to do in Tasmania. Do Fent There's one thing you can do in Tasmania.
These Tasmanian devils apart from Alabama, Austria, Norwich is that it's not just the people that are rampantly inbred here, it's also the animals. However, with that being said,
That is a dog.
like, I'm gonna have to hand the point over to Austria because come on, man, there's like potentially $3 billion being kept under the radar by Habsburg associated private bankers. I think they got a bit more prominence than Sally and Jono from fucking Wadamana. Also,
Sally and Jono. Fucking dog.
fucking Freud, he was Austrian, so yeah, it's pretty undisputable, this one. Category number 6 is flags. Now, in my opinion, both these flags fucking suck.
Yeah, I think they're both awful. I was hoping he wasn't gonna say that the Australian one's good. They're both awful.
Austrian flag would be a lot better with the eagle left in. The Australian flag would go a lot.
The Australian one just looks like... It looks like you gave a 6-year-old on Roblox and you asked them to make up a country.
Harder with the Union Jack left out.
Nah, that sucks even more. What could you do to make the Australian flag look cool? Why do they have little stars on there? Is this Teletubbies?
Latvian flag clears the Austrian flag, and I don't know, the Marshall Islands clears the Australian flag.
The Union Jack is cringe. Yeah, it's kind of boring.
Being said, at least Australia isn't just a standard boring tricolour, evenly split, low effort flag. So it
Is that P. Diddy? Did he put in a P. Diddy reaction?
can scrape the win here. Yo, by the way, let me know if you want to see an entire video about flags. I've got some big ideas in the pipeline. Anyway, shootout number 7. Are they actually real? So some of you might know there is a weirdly big conspiracy theory that Australia just doesn't exist. And honestly,
I wish it didn't.
I can understand why. Mythical creatures, never seen it with my own eyes. It takes a whole ass 25 hours to fly there.
Yeah, it's actually... Dude, my flight there, I'm not looking forward to that, bro. So, we gotta have, like... I think we fly over, like, Israel and stuff, by the way. Like, I might actually die. We gotta fly 7 hours, have a layover, and then it's 14 hours to Australia. Like, Jesus.
Scientifically impossible, but my main evidence towards this point is you're telling me British people went to all that effort of shipping
We legit gotta fly over Israel. Like, it might be over.
prisoners from here to here, but they can't even be bothered to make my train depart on time. Nah, something ain't adding up, man. I got my suspicions about Australia, you know, and I honestly have no suspicions about Austria.
The Iron Dome will take Pyro out. No, like, we literally have a flight path between, like, the Arab Emirates and Israel. And it said the flight's 7 hours, so they're not making a detour.
Yeah, apart from speaking German, Austrians are pretty normal. So Austria's definitely winning the reality contest, for now at least. Number 8, famous people. So for Australia, we got Chris Hemsworth, Liam Hemsworth, Hugh Jackman, Kylie Minogue, Iggy Azalea, etc., you know.
I keep forgetting those actors. He died recently as well. Rest in peace. Succulent Chinese meal.
Whatever. And then for Austria, we got Mozart, yeah, and then yeah, the best guy, yeah, and then now I'm sure there's some famous Austrian guy this list is missing out. I could have sworn, man. I swear they're missing someone. Oh yeah, of course. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, Australia clears, I think. I think they're getting this point. Number 9, Gravity. Austria 1, Australia 0. All that needs to be said. And that, ladies and gentlemen, makes the score even. So
just put it upside down.
It all comes
I just
down to
humped
this
my
last.
pillow while looking at your face cam. Dark wood was great. You made my wood dark. Drop a bomb out the window when you fly over Israel for me.
I'm just going to replay that first bit you said again.
I just humped my pillow while looking at your face cam.
category shootout, and what could possibly be a more definitive deciding factor to settle the AUSTR debate once and for all than an alcohol taste-off with my good friend Wowman.
The beer tier list.
We have such an extensive selection, pretty much the best we could do in the UK, right?
Cheers.
One thing I don't understand is how are they not fat? Because, like, they both drink so much for their content. They must have the fastest metabolisms imaginable because beer makes you fat so quick.
Selection, pretty much the best we could do in the UK, right?
Cheers.
Okay, so the scores are drawn. We're at the end of this video. There's only one way I thought we could settle this debate once and for all. What better way than by trying out a national drink of both of these countries? We'll evaluate which one's better after. Now,
Yeah.
that's good. Thanks for that. I tried to find some Austrian beer. I couldn't. What we've got for now.
There's two good beers, right? Asahi. You know why Asahi's good? Because everyone says it good. Everyone says it's good because they can't get it at their local pub. And then Leffe. What's it called? Leffe? That is really good beer. Well, it's more like an ale or a stout, but it's really nice.
Is we've got
Thank you, Sean, for the 5.
a classic Red Bull and some definitely Austrian vodka.
Strong Zero. Fucking Australia.
Definitely. Okay.
Listen, man, I'm here to drink. I'm ready.
Lit alcohol.
Smells like Vienna.
Does that smell like the Alps? The Alpine Hills?
Beautiful Alpine Hills.
Okay, Prost, my friend.
Prost, dude.
I respect how it's 0 sugar, by the way. He's keeping his calories in check while slowly killing himself.
Okay, needs more.
This is for science, right?
Yeah.
We're not doing this for fun. We gotta find out who's the better out of the two
Dude, they actually won life, though. They're literally getting wasted with, like, your YouTube buddy, and you get paid for it. Like they've literally won.
countries.
All right, let's try that.
Prost. Prost. You know what?
You can't taste the vodka whatsoever. I'll say the flavors, it's good. The experience is enjoyable.
Just cut him off.
10 out of 10. Good job, Austria.
Now, there is one Australian beer that has a complete chokehold over the UK.
Foster's. I know it before he's already said it. It's Foster's. It's piss.
You can find it in pretty much all the stores. So it was a no-brainer when I went to find some Australian alcohol. Do we have a bit of a history with this brand?
Foster's is brewed in the UK as well. They can't even say it's an Australian beer.
It's such a bad, infamously bad.
Liquid EDL sweat.
Liquid EDL sweat. Wow.
Potentially. But
It is so bad, though. It's so bad. I don't know how it tastes so bad. Why does it taste so bad?
I was thinking we'll give it a second shot. Maybe we'll feel a bit differently about this. All right, further
It's VB Longneck. No, it'll be Foster's.
ado, we got Foster's representing Australia.
Good old Melbourne.
The funny thing is, whenever I ask about Foster's in Australia, all of them say they don't drink it. Like, it's not a thing. It's bigger in the UK than it is in Australia, despite it being an Australian beer.
That's how you know it's Australian. I don't want Australians in the comments saying this is an Australian. Because there ain't no Melbourne, UK, is there?
Alright, cheers, man.
Cheers.
Most smart man from Singapore. You can see it's ice cold as well, and they're still coping like it's over.
You know,
It's a nice color blue. The big F. If my tap water came out tasting like this, I think it was normal tap water.
I would continue brushing my teeth.
Just thinking, man, how'd this happen? It has the word quality on it.
Yeah, man.
That's ruined my day. And I had a pretty bad day.
Why is Foster's? Surely there's got to be a rating on Foster's. Liquor.com. It doesn't come from Australia. They gave it a 2 out of 5. The flavor profile begins to unwind. There is no flavor profile apart from piss. Or the profile of piss. Inoffensive flavor. You mean there's no flavor? It's just awful. It is not a popular beer. How old am I? I was born 2 years ago. Could I come onto the website, please? Oh, you must be 21? Ah, my bad. Sorry, guys.
And that's that, ladies and gentlemen. It's with a heavy heart that I say these words, but the goddamn fucking Fosters is so bad. It officially eliminates all of Australia's previous points, meaning we're looking at a 5-0 win for Austria. It was a close battle, though. It was a valiant fight. So Australians, let me know what I got wrong, because you'll all be inevitably irate at this conclusion, I assume.
To the Sigmas of Australia, I say that this goofy air government have been capping. Not just now, but for a long time. A few of you may remember when they said there'll be no phantom tax under the government I lead. They're capaholics. They're also yapaholics. They yap non-stop about how their cost of living measures are changing lives for all Australians. Just put the fries in the bag, little bro.
Dude, I gotta call out the Samaritans or something after this stream, man. I've had enough. I've had enough, bro. This is too much.
They tell us that they're locked in on improving the housing
Please stop playing it.
situation in this country. They must have brain rot from watching too much Kai Cenat and forgot about their plans to ban social media for kids under 14.
Shut
if
up.
that becomes
Shut
law,
up.
you can
Shut
forgo
up.
skull emoji
Shut
all
up.
about watching
Shut up.
Duke Dennis
Shut up.
or catching
Shut
a
up.
dub with the
Shut
bros
up.
on Force.
Shut up.
Chat,
Shut
is
up.
this Prime Minister
Shut up.
serious?
Shut up.
Even though he's
Shut
the Prime
up.
Minister of Australia,
Shut up.
sometimes it
Shut
feels
up.
like he's the CEO
Shut
of
up.
Ohio.
Shut up. Shut up.
Let me know which countries I should do this with next, and if you're interested in European countries like Austria, watch this video right here.
Even care.
In the
Well, all right.